Well, a pleasant good morning, everybody. I got up and I decided to press record. I want to talk to you all, and this is a mini series that I'm going to start. It is about glowing up. It's not just about makeup tutorials and fashion, and as well as skincare reviews and routines. It's also going to be about a transformation and how you can fine tune and become the best version of yourself for yourself, not based off trends, not based off what you see on social media, none of those things, but about you tapping into the highest and most happiest version of yourself. And I wanted to do this series because a lot of friends have been saying, you look like you've glowed up. You look like something's different about you every time I see you. Can you tell me what's different? You seem less this, more that. And one of the things I wanted to share with you all was yoga for me. Okay. My walk with God too. Yoga was more of me. I needed to do a lot of stretching and, dealing with my connective tissue and my muscles and all these different things. And as I started to get into the realm of yoga and the routine of that, I found myself becoming one with self, meaning that I fell in love with myself. I allowed myself to forgive myself of certain things, mistakes that I made, time that I let go by with procrastinating or being in the wrong relationships and staying there too long, or, financial bad decisions, or, bad work decisions. I allowed myself to forgive myself, not knowing that that was some of the things that I needed to strengthen myself, to evolve and become the next best version of myself, to stop allowing externals to determine how far I go and what I do and what my potential is. It's coming into those realizations that have allowed me to propel myself further, boldly, more confidently, even if I'm doing it alone. And I wanted to share that with a lot of you that potentially have found yourself in the same position that I have. I feel like all of us in life have gotten to a place where either we're in a job and we're not happy, or we have a lot of talents, we don't know how to monopolize on it, or you're a visionary and you're living in this really murky place of, I see where this can potentially be, but I'm dealing with the present of what is. And the other caveat is, I don't have the capital to push this thing along, and I don't know the right people in an effort to push this thing along as well. And I want you all to know that I have been in those places so many times in my life as I go from one idiom of my life to the next. However, I would go from one idiom of my life to the next, like I said, not knowing that I needed to forgive myself, because I would let external things, as simple as they are, determine, well, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I need to leave this alone. And I would leave it alone, right? Let's say you're hoping for an opportunity. You present yourself to the person who has the power to give you this opportunity, and they don't. And they give it to somebody else who is not as good as you, mind you, but they give it to that other person. And then it causes you to question self, like, well, maybe there's something about them that I don't have, right? Instead of saying, you know what? They're not for me. I don't have to worry about this opportunity. Another opportunity will come along. And I wanted to share that because I had this conversation with my cousin, and we both were talking about the same thing. Forgiveness is a serious thing because we always talk about forgiving somebody else, but we don't know a lot about forgiving ourselves and what that needs to look like every single day. And what that needs to look like every single day is not only speaking out the words that you love yourself, because that's not going to be enough, but really sitting in the mistakes that you made and say, you know what? I forgive myself for this. I forgive myself for that. It's okay. It happened. I forgive myself for that. I've learned, I've evolved, and writing down those things that you've learned and evolved from is also a sense of freedom that comes with that, right? Because you can't change what you're not willing to confront. We hear that so many times, but it is truth. And a lot of the times when I talk to my yoga instructors, they always say, when I ask a question, why don't a lot of people come to yoga? And the response is a lot of people, especially in yin yoga, where you really have to lay there and relax and be quiet and lay in your thoughts and stretch, they don't want to come because they don't want to confront things that may pop up in their mind in that time of stillness. And it is that time of stillness that allows you to confront it, to forgive yourself, to say, I love me. Self, I still love you. We made that mistake, but we've grown from it, we've matured from it, and now we can keep going forward. That's super duper important. And allowing yourself to sharpen yourself. If you're one that never read before, pick up a book and read. Stop doing the doom scrolling on social media. We all have fallen guilty of it. I have. And I've decided that's not who I am. I'm an intelligent girl. And the way for me to continuously be sharpened is for me to pick up a book, is for me to find myself in concentric circles with those that are intelligent and that also pick up books, and it's not geek talk, it's iron sharpening iron. What I'm astute in, I can help somebody else. What they're astute in, they can help me. And that's where it starts. And when you get on this trajectory of an internal mind shift, a cognitive adjustment to become something deeper, better, greater, then your external starts to change. Okay. In the beginning, I would go after the really eh, inexpensive, not so great things. And of course, I don't have those things anymore because they were of no value, right? So I wasted money. I changed my mindset to now wanting the finer things in life, quality experiences, quality friends, quality time with myself, quality time with my family, buying quality items, buying quality skincare and makeup and clothing that's going to last me. I started on this path of locking in myself with quality so that that would only be my outcome. And that takes intentionality. That's another thing, too, friends. It's going to take intentionality. And so I really wanted to share this with you all for anybody who is, we get on social media and yes, we're entertained and yes, we're seeing people having the lavish lifestyles. I mean, people talk about my lifestyle and say how lavish it is, too. But that's not really what I want to drive home here because, yes, the lavish and the luxury is great with the lifestyle, but having the peace of mind that comes along with you enjoying that lifestyle trumps everything else. We've seen the celebrities that have the nice and they're dealing with major mental illness, major depression, right? Some committed suicide. We've seen those people. We don't want to be that. We want to evolve from the inside out, making mind shifts. And I have been able to successfully do that. And I'm still on that journey of successfully doing it because I'm not happy at one idiom when life is inevitably going to give us change, right? You can lay in this bed all day and not move, but life is still happening outside and things are still changing and evolving. Or you can jump out the bed and start making adjustments and life hacks and changes with your own life so that as life changes, you change along with it. And then you're in that rhythm. I wanted to start this vlog off having this deep conversation because I want what's best for mankind. I want what's best for you all, right? It's not just showing you all the good things, but I sincerely want what's best for you as a human being, as the person, the individual that you've been so fearfully and carefully created to be. That, my friends, is living. That, my friend, is quality. And that, my friend, is a luxury.